got there in 3.
And presumably also teeth.
I like that you got to say blood and skin again.
I really liked your delivery on. You were really enunciating blood. And skin.
I thought I might as well make it worth it.
Wow, the Twitch app crashed so hard it put the iPad to sleep.
Yeah, like it went into
Go to sleep,
it went into
iPad.
a spinny. Like I literally thought the thing was running out of gas. I thought, oh, reality
Battery's at
juice.
100%.
Yeah, and just something about font rendering maybe that they can't actually make it readable at this. I can't believe that this is like, oh, you know what? You've got a Retina screen, so we're going to put this in 6-point font, so you cannot read this. It's impossible to make it out. Oh. Now it's just rubbed against my face. I'm sorry.
I think we're done now, Heather.
Oh, good.
Great. It is in 2 files.
That's fine.
And
I needed to know that he was not recording anymore.
the second file is a retake of the Fortnite story and the outro.
Twice.
And then there's the coming up, and then there's another take of the coming up.
Right. The outro is different than coming up. That's right.
Okay.
You'll make it happen. I believe in you.
I also do.
Goodbye.
I don't know if we have much else to talk about, honestly. There's not a huge amount of stories that we didn't do. Also, it's almost 3.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But I guess we can. Let me see if there any deep diving into the stories that we did do. Marvel Strike Force sounds terrible and stupid.
Yeah. We talked about that once already, too, before this.
Did we?
It's come up before. The dude who had the God account.
Oh, yeah,
And
right.
I did that story literally days before I was going to get paid by
Right, by D3
by
Publishing.
D3 Go to play
Yeah.
Puzzle Quest. And I'm like, I know this is like a little hinky, but they're not giving me a God account. They're
Was
just...
there a PUBG story last week? There was, yes.
Yeah.
How's the air this week? Oh, it's all clear now, thankfully, finally.
It was clear on the day we filmed that hustle.
Yeah. Right. We had the Cyberpunk 2077 story in our shortlist. That they went live on Twitch and just broadcast 10 hours worth of seemingly random hex code, and then dropped a new trailer with like 100,000 people watching. So that was cool.
Was the hex code just basically a dump of the game?
That'd be kind of funny.
The suspicion was that it was actually like an image file that had been encoded, because people decoded like the first chunk and it was like PNG. So like, oh, it's a PNG header. And then, but you would have to, so they were working on ways to like OCR 10 hours worth of text on the screen. And I don't know if anybody's actually figured it out yet.
You can make...
But in any case,
Oh, wow, there was like 50 minutes of gameplay?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was
okay,
it was the
I didn't
gameplay, the 50-minute gameplay trailer or demo that was shown behind closed doors at Gamescom.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was gonna say in reference to the outro joke about the Fortnite about the cube. It's already a cult, right?
Yeah.
Like in the lead up to the cube appearing, there were lightning bolts that like started shooting randomly around or not randomly. They started hitting like, I think it was lightning bolts were hitting cactuses or something. Anyway.
Weird.
And people were actually like sacrificing themselves to like going to where the lightning bolt was going to hit and like sacrificing themselves. So like the cult thing that was before the cube even appeared.
Fair enough.
You all right?
Excuse me. Yeah, wow. Everything, all parts of those holes just got in conflict. Every hole rioted.
Whoopsies. I was surprised. The reaction in the story for the Xbox All Access thing was my legit surprise. I was like, okay, so how much worse of a deal is this? Because typically when it's like,
installment plans.
Generally, installment plans, the trade-off is you pay more overall so that you don't have to pay as much at once. But this is actually you pay total less.
My take on it is because they're looking at amortization of the console over time, and they're saying that...
Well, they just want you to buy games.
Right, well, that's the thing, because usually consoles are loss leaders, but they're probably looking at it as, well, that console in 2 years' time, or however long it's going to be, will have dropped in price another $100. So if you had waited 2 years, there will be less value for that console, so we'll just discount it in advance?
But you get the console now.
Yeah, so
the weird thing is if they want you to buy games, they're giving you like they're giving you Xbox Live and they're
Games
giving you a
Pass.
ton of free games.
Yeah.
So it seems like if you have this, you probably aren't actually going to be buying that many games.
It's also while supplies last. This is a limited offer,
okay,
too,
fair
which
enough.
is odd.
This seems like the kind of thing you do when your console's in third place. I don't want to be shitty about it, but it kind of feels like that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. I said something positive about. I mean, we did a story that puts Microsoft in a positive light. So any angry Sony people will be mad at us already.
That's fair. All right.
So you know that just balances it out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, those of us in the Nintendo faction have given up years ago, and we're just happy we're getting something now.
It was really bad in the ENN days, way back on the Escapist, because that was a lot drier too. Like we were presenting, we were doing it like The Onion, right? Where it was like, this is much more like
much more serious.
This is much more like Last Week Tonight or something, or like The Daily Show, right? And that was much more like The Onion, where it was like, here is a nugget of truth to the story, and then here is a thing that is complete bullshit, but we're delivering it with the same veracity as the thing that is true.
Right.
And anytime we did something positive about the PS3, all the Xbox 360 fanboys got mad. And anytime we did something about the Xbox 360, all the PS3 fanboys got mad.
And
they were like,
anything about the GameCube, it never actually happened.
Yeah, it was like, you're so obviously biased.
Yeah.
Right? It was like, you only ever do, it's the same thing with Unskippable, right? But it was like, when it was like, you only ever do JRPGs or you never do JRPGs, right? It was like, we do something positive about the Xbox, and you only ever do things that are positive about the Xbox. You never do something positive about the PS3.
This is a PUBG news show now. That's all it ever is. You guys never talk about Fortnite.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
I mean, this is clearly only in the Twitch. It's not going to get to YouTube, but F you, YouTube. Anyway, whatever.
It's fair that
F YouTube.
yeah, I mean, it's fair that we do tend to, especially certain, especially like current Checkpoint, I guess, certain games or things will become like, I guess will have like fads or have like their
brief moment of popularity.
Their thing of popular. Like I know in the past, like because I'm doing the graphics and stuff, I'll like look in my folder for graphics and I'll be like, we need basically all of the same graphics as last week.
I mean, so yeah, last week we legit
like that Fortnite image, like the main Fortnite image we have used many times.
We legit didn't have a Fortnite story last week, and prior to that, not only did we do Fortnite stories basically every week for like 6 weeks, but it just happened that that's how the YouTube algorithm picked the thumbnails as well.
Oh yeah.
So if you look at the page of Checkpoint, it's like Fortnite, 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 Fortnite.
Did we leave those up? Because that seems like that's good SEO.
For Checkpoint, we just don't.
Yeah.
We don't do custom thumbnails because it's like it would look basically the same. Like Checkpoint looks distinctive enough as it is. Yeah. So yeah.
It's Fortnite as is the nice the Checkpoint bait combination of being incredibly popular as a game and also being inherently ridiculous, like deliberately so. So it means that like a lot of the stuff that they do in the game is fun to talk about because it's so silly.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else we got going on?
The FIFA one was the FIFA part of that was funny. I hope that my in further FIFA news sounded weird in the middle of the Fortnite story, but yeah, that was something Beach stumbled across when he was looking up other unrelated stuff. It was like, hey, so while you're doing a big Fortnite digest, there's this. And it's like, oh yeah,
which is great because it's only tangentially related, but people are excited about Fortnite. So.
I actually love the two-factor thing. It's like, please enable two-factor. We'll give you a free dance emote. Please just be smart with your account.
In the article, I think WoW has also talked about doing that, doing some sort of like giving you a skin or some sort of special thing if you enable two-factor.
That's real good.
What else
we talked about that. We talked about the Pokemon Marathon. We talked. Oh yeah, there's a breakdown on Gamasutra about all the work that went into the boat in the new God of War.
Oh yeah,
because you know how shitty it is to make a playable character get in and out of a boat
or anything.
Like think about that.
Oh, because it's live. It's not like you go to
it's
it.
Not
it's
a
like,
cutscene.
now I will cut into the boat. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just like boop and then suddenly Kratos is in the boat. Like stepping in and out of the boat.
Yeah.
From different levels, like heights of where you're standing, to where the boat is, whether you're on a beach or a dock, and how far away the boat is, and you're getting in and out. And then you have a non-playable controlled the son character also getting in and out of the boat at the same time as Kratos, and apparently they were just like, we had to do so much work on this.
Yeah, apparently Kratos just getting out of has 20 different animations for getting out of the boat, depending on different circumstances of getting out of the boat, all this kind of stuff.
Right, yes, sorry, the boy.
I don't know how they managed to accomplish all of that with the Wind Waker then.
It's also the other challenge is, well, because the one in God of War is like rocking with the water and everything.
It's fair. It's really realistic, and it's there's a whole bunch.
Well, the other tricky part is just in general, and this is true of video games and even animated movies and stuff. One of the most annoying things to do in 3D animation is when you have an object that is sitting somewhere and then a character interacts with it.
Right.
Right? Because then you have to have it attach correctly to the character rather than
they can't have it look like this.
So it has to, and it has to align itself with the character without looking like it's moving by itself.
Yeah,
right?
it has to become part of the thing that is, which I mean, it kind of does in a way in real life too.
Right. But if you notice, so far I have never seen a movie or a video game show a person changing clothes.
No, that's the worst thing to do.
It is never like no matter like maybe some more recent games have, but the most advanced games I've ever seen will always have some sort of cut, have some sort of thing where the character moves off screen, or like an effect to show them changing clothes.
That finally explains why Quiet showers with her clothes on.
Exactly. It makes things way simpler.
Yeah, okay.
That's why.
There will always be a cut. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, it's fun to if once you know that, it's fun to actually like watch. I'm not even talking about like people like getting undressed or whatever, but just time people have to change to a different outfit. It's fun to watch how they hide it.
Yeah.
All right. What else? What else we got going on here?
There's a great video from I jumped right to the bottom by Boundary Break, which is a series I hadn't seen before this, but now I want to watch, where they took a bunch of video of Doom 2016 in third person. And
basically, they unlocked the camera.
Okay.
Basically, if you've ever seen, this has come up a lot in various first-person games over the years, but the things that need to be done to the character model to make first-person work is very silly looking.
Like Henry in Firewatch.
Yeah,
is
there's
all
the famous
weird.
there's the famous one for Firewatch where he looks like a weird homunculus.
Yeah.
And so this has like, there's like some shins and a gun and then a fist and then...
But like no head and no torso.
Yeah, and there's bits where like he picks up someone's, there's like a retina scanner, so he picks up someone's head and pushes it into the retina scanner or whatever, and then the shot of that is like the legs are waiting over there and they only just move the arms and the torso, and so it's just like this arm picking up some head and torso and ramming it into the door while the legs are back at the other side of the room. It's very, and it's all, this is not badly done.
No.
This is just how
it's
you
done.
do it because it doesn't matter, right?
My favorite is the there's the railgun.
Yeah.
And they wanted it so that you've got the railgun, but they wanted it so that when you look down, your feet, you don't see your own feet.
Right.
That's like I feel like that's an ideological schism in the first person shooter world, whether you can see your feet when you look down or not.
Right.
But anyway, so for Doom, they didn't want it so you don't see your feet, and so they show him. He's got this the railgun, which is a really long gun, and how they made it so you don't see your feet is when you look, instead of looking down like with your torso looking down, when you look down, your whole body like whoosh, goes up.
Oh, so you just lay prone in the air?
Yeah. So if you look down and then spin around, it's basically like your gun. The muzzle of your gun is on the ground, and you're just spinning on your gun. It's pretty amazing.
I like the one. I think it was from a Call of Duty. It was from one of the war shooters where you have someone crouching behind cover, behind like a chest-high wall or whatever.
Right.
And you do the thing where you can pop up out of the cover, right? Like you're behind it and you go whoop. And so in the third person, they're crouched behind the thing, and then just their head, shoulders, like basically from upper torso up, just goes whoop, and just extends. This part of the torso just stretches, and they just go whoop, whoop. Like that doesn't actually stand up. They just go
like a bird neck extends like
it's
that.
so funny.
There's
Yeah, I mean, what's fun about this is that there's, of course, in these games, especially like first-person games that are also multiplayer games,
yeah.
of course, you have to be able to see everybody else, and they can't have everybody else doing this stuff, right?
Right.
And so, in some cases, they'll actually have a different set of animations for multiplayer than for single player.
Right.
Because you don't have, usually in multiplayer
you don't have
also...
to render it all in single player, yeah.
And also, usually in single player, or usually in multiplayer, you don't have to deal with as many different types of situations, right? You don't have all the like scripted animation type stuff that you do in single player.
Yeah.
But that's why almost every first-person shooter people look dumb. Like
Which-
other people
there was a
look
great-
kind of dumb.
actually-
Like,
I was going to say that also then illustrates why people like where it's like adding multiplayer to this game is going to be hard, guys. And like it's not hard, just code a
Yeah.
thing and make do. Like no, they might have to make completely new models.
Just click the multiplayer button. Anarin reminded me about one that I saw during SGDQ.
Yeah.
They were running Kingdom Hearts 2, one of the Kingdom Hearts games. And so they're controlling Sora, and there's in a cutscene that you can't skip, there's two different actors, two different in-game actors for Sora.
Okay.
One with a greater fidelity of possible facial animation,
Okay.
and the other is just the in-game run-around model.
Right.
And so they did a thing where they tripped this cutscene happening without the game seizing control of the normal character model that you run around with.
Oh yeah.
And so you can like run around in the background of this cutscene while it cuts between these two one-shots of like Sora talking, and then it's empty because he's just running around, and then the person talking to Sora.
Right.
But then occasionally, because when Sora's doing it, he just has like mah, 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 mah. But there's certain lines of dialogue that they wanted to give more weight to,
Right.
and do greater facial animations than just like mah, 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 mah. And so then the actors would switch places.
Oh.
And they'd put in the actor with the greater facial animation and actually have a much more involved facial rig. And so it'd be like empty shot, the person talking to Sora with gameplay Sora running around in the background doing flips and whatever.
Yeah.
Then cut back, empty shot, person talking to Sora, cut back again, different Sora talking with more facial animation, and then other gameplay Sora still running around. So there's two of them.
so in the actual game, it seamlessly switches between the two depending on the circumstances that it needs.
Yeah, it just pops between them when they're off shot.
The same Boundary Break guy did a cool thing on Crash Bandicoot, showing the original versus the re-release, and obviously higher graphic fidelity, but also the big thing is that they didn't have to do those kinds of cheats as much in the new one.
Right.
And so like they show like there'll be like a snake in a pot or something that like pops up and shoots you. And in the original, there's nothing in the pot. Like there's no snake below the
Right.
snake that pops out. It's just like black. In the new one, there's always inside the pot is a little teeny crushed snake that then expands out to jump out at you and then goes back down because they've got polygons to burn, so they
Right.
don't have to bother doing tricky like swapping out different things.
What this all reminds me of is a thing I saw recently online about the Willendorf statue. There's these carvings, Neolithic, Paleolithic carvings of women that are
Oh, I saw this. That was
grossly
really interesting.
like it's like they all look malformed and stuff, but it's meant because they're trying to emphasize like the pregnant belly and the breasts and the buttocks.
They've got big breasts, big belly, and weird, just odd sort of shapes. And it's like,
unusual
oh yeah,
proportions,
this is
like-
obviously they're just trying to.
it's pornographic or it's it's some sort of thing, and it's like no, if you look at a woman's POV to her own body, these are the things that you see.
The
And
side-by-side pictures were actually amazing because
Yeah.
it was like It was
He's a pregnant woman.
Yeah, it was a woman looking down, and then a shot from straight down on this statue, and it's like, oh, these were
Carved by women.
These were
self-portraits.
Self-portraits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like...
You're like, what do I look like? Okay. I look like this.
And
all right, sure.
And it just makes me think it's like, well, Henry and Firewatch, right? Like, Henry designed his own body, essentially.
Look down.
Like, I see all this stuff.
I have a huge torso and tiny feet.
Well, then I guess I'm going to make my computer model look with his huge
enormous
torso and
hands.
feet, you know, like...
Yeah.
And then you're like, "Whoa, that's what I look like?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, no wonder I have no friends." And I have to work in this little fire.
No wonder I got to go up the tower.
If he
Yeah,
had
your
someone
fire
else-
thing and can only talk to somebody over the radio.
If he had like an actual mirror, or if he had somebody else to design his character model for him, then he wouldn't have looked like that in the
Yeah.
game. But he just had to do it all himself.
The game is self-replicating. Anyway, that's about it for story-wise, because we got to move on to the sub so that we can take off and get some snack before Dice Friends tonight. The finale of Dragon's Orders, Session 8 tonight on twitch.tv/DND. Reminder that we will be hosting it on this channel, but you won't get a notification when it goes live. That'll be in a little over an hour.
Yep.
Oofa. So, come back for that.
So, here are the people who subscribed during the
I
stream.
hope there aren't a lot of you.
Starting with Generic Evil Genius for 51 months. Not even the Pokemon Marathon keep me from using my resub to remind Mirnus how much I love him.
Aww.
It's so nice.
That is really sweet. Valhalla Knight with 55 months. Missed my chance to drop this on live Saturday, so I guess I'll give you the news. Give it to the news. Hope your weekend was well. The points were checked. Thank you, Valhalla Knight. Much appreciated.
And thank you to the Green Monster 450. Woo! Smoke green every day for 20 months.
You.
Oh, now what you think, 17 for 18 months. On here, another sub Babby to take care of. Thanks for all the entertainment. Done more than you could possibly know to keep me sane these few weeks. Now,
That's Cyberpunk gameplay.
Cyberpunk game.
Chi7891 with a 9-month resub. It's my mom's birthday, so something 9 months. Anyway, see you in the VOD. See you also there, I guess, actually, now that I think about it.
Milligaunt is a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel, Milligaunt.
Woo!
Northos for 14 months. Welcome back. Thank you.
Hey, look, it's Mirnus. To my darling generic evil genius. Babe, we have Slack. Faster means of communication are available. Also, I love you too.
I hope we don't have to do voices someday. Oh, Johnny Glitch for their 7th month. That's divisible by 7. Dissolves plastic, but safe for eyes? Okay.
They aren't plastic.
They aren't really plastic, yeah.
Eddie at the Gov for 5 months. Blah, blah, month meme, blah, 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 beach drop, e-breath, yada, 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 mic trouble, tra-la-la, blah, blah, blah.
Magic Gathering.
Sounds like us. Tyrant Typhon with a 6-month resub. Surprise! I haven't resubbed in like a month or something. Yay, welcome back.
Oh, a new sub. Vargan HK. Welcome to the channel, Vargan.
Zarve is a new subscriber.
Or Zarv.
Zarv.
Hasio Sora with an 8-month resub. Welcome back. Boop, 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 Beach.
And a welcome back to John Dare for 55 months. Fine, Beach. Take my Bezos bucks. I did.
There you go.
Very happy to have them here.
Yeah.
Red Shoes Jeff for 7 months. Can you put the blood on my shoes, please? I need to top them up before they get mad. Help me.
Is that what's wrong with the shoes? Exbando with a 60-month resub. 5 years? It feels like yesterday that I subbed to you.
Feels like 5 years.
It was today. And 5 years ago. Beach.
Right, Scar Red Tiger for the 27th month. Welcome back.
Quadswas.
Good
It's a
name.
new subscriber.
Mars is dead, but will live again with a 4-month resub. Thank you so much.
I Emergent OS for 8 months. Thank you for Blissful Joy. I get used to the live cadence where you have to wait so many.
Felipe Modesto for 25 months. I'm late, but hey, at least we're here together, and that's what counts.
The Flying Dutchman with a 26-month resub. Off to the seas with a crew full of ghosts.
Crazy Ginder 22 for 10 months. Welcome back, Crazy Ginder.
Zinran for 5 months. Yay, 5 whole months of lure. Thank you for all the lovely streams.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
PB, sorry, I mess that up every time. P Black Coat with a 16-month resub. Please make Beach not have his mug upside down. It's freaking me out.
And Ember Becky for 55 months. That's divisible by 11. I hope those going to PAX have fun. I can't make it through this year. While I'm sad I'll miss meeting with folks from Lure and chat friends, I'm looking forward to chill streams with those entrusted with guarding the moon base. Us too,
Entrusted.
in a way. Yeah.
Dan9299 for 56 months.
Benit, a brand new sub. Welcome to the channel.
And Mox Hagdorm is back on the 13th month, lucky number 13, and my first Checkpoint resub. Thanks for everything you guys do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mox.
And, oh, sorry, Paul.
Thank you for the 1,171 bits from Lord Crusher, Earthen One, That Great Weirdling, Valhalla Knight, Foxmar 320, Mr. SVCD, and W. Novik.
Yay.
Yay.
Alrighty. We're going to take off and come back in an hour's time, a little over an hour, for Dice Friends, again, hosted here, but airing on twitch.tv/DND. And we will see you then. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. I think Adam's doing something on New Day Tuesday.
No, it might be me.
Beej, might be Beej.
Yeah.
Right. 'cause
Almost
Adam's-
assuredly going to be me,
Well,
actually.
it's be Beej then.
Yeah.
So, and then other stuff as well. So come back for that.
All right. See you later.